Yesterday, Lelitz Panda released a video responding to the boosting allegations made by two separate YouTubers. For those who don't know, boosting is when you team with someone who's cheating in order to boost your stats. He'd been denying these accusations for a while, but in his recent video, he admitted to boosting. Now, this came as a pretty big shock to me and much of the bedwars community, and has brought up some pretty serious questions. In this video, I'm going to give my thoughts and talk about what this event shows us about Hypixel bedwars in the community, and also why it's such a big deal. The first thing that Lelitz video shows us is how big of a problem hacking has become on Hypixel. Lelitz Panda definitely isn't a no-name bedwars player. If you spend any time watching bedwars content on YouTube, you've probably seen one of his videos or shorts. More importantly, he's also a top 3 bedwars player in both wins and final kills. But the fact that he admitted boosting calls into question how many of his stats are legit, as both of these stats categories, the final kills and the wins, are really easy to boost. Lelitz tries to blow this off as no big deal in his video. He estimates that only 5% of his stats are boosted. A, how do we trust that that percentage isn't double or triple his estimation? And B, even if it is accurate, that's still no small amount of stats. Doing the math, that 5% comes out to 3,258 wins and 11,786 final kills. While neither of these numbers, if subtracted, would move Lelitz down a leaderboard spot, they do close the gap significantly between him and the next guy down. In addition to calling into question the rest of his stats, if this well-known of a bedwars player is boosting with multiple different players, then this shows how large the problem of cheating on Hypixel has become. The second thing that this brings up is Hypixel's inability to catch and ban cheaters. First of all, closet cheaters and blatant cheaters, they're all over Hypixel, and very few get caught or receive punishment for it. I've come across many blatant hackers who have stats such as 800 FKDR, and that suggests that they've been playing unchecked for a really long time. They're not new hackers. The other thing that I think that Lelitz's video highlights is one of the biggest reasons why bedwars is such a dying game. I think a huge reason for the dwindling player base is exactly what he admitted to doing. I think bedwars is unable to gain new players because the game is full of not only sweats, but also hackers who are physically impossible to beat. It doesn't matter if you're really good at bedwars and put an effort to get better, when half the people you're playing, you physically can't beat without cheating. Bedwars is also losing its veteran players because they also cannot compete with the really sweaty players or the cheaters. As time has gone on, even some of the sweats have resorted to closet cheating and boosting, as this video shows. The game has become a pool of no-lifes and cheaters, and the percentage of the cheaters is definitely getting bigger. A popular YouTuber admitting to boosting and not strongly condemning the cheaters that he boosted with only encourages this. So, in conclusion, why is all this such a big deal, and what can we do about it? First of all, Lelitz Panda is an incredibly popular and well-known bedwars player. As a YouTuber, he has cut out many cheaters in the past, including the player preventing him from being on the stars leaderboard. And for him to have been boosting all along, it's extremely hypocritical. Basically saying this guy should be on the leaderboard because he's macroing, I think, in that case. But when he himself is also boosting, that kind of invalidates your argument there. This also wasn't just like one time when he spoke out against cheaters, and other than that, he's fine with it. If you watch any of his videos or his live streams and things, he's always complaining about how a cheater in the game ruins it for everyone, and he seems very against cheating. He's always complaining about it, bragging when he does beat a hacker, things like that. So I think for him to be boosting with people he knew is cheating, I think just adds a whole another layer of wrongness to it, I guess. I think that's a large part of the reason why people are so angry. Like, you go down into the comment section of Lelitz's video, and like, people are not happy that he did this for good reason, for multiple reasons. But a lot of them are talking about how he always speaks out against hackers and, complains about them and says that they ruin games. But turns out he's been part of it all along. He has also spoken a lot on the bedwars player count, and like I just talked about, these things that he's been doing have been contributing to the problem. As a leaderboard player, his boosting calls into question the legitimacy of his stats and if he belongs on the leaderboard. On top of all this, Lelitz still wants to apply for YouTube rank after 6 or so months, he said in his video, despite his cheating. I don't think that this is a situation where Hypixel can just let this slide. I think that Lelitz should receive the normal 30-day boosting ban. That's what anyone would get on the server for doing this for your first offense. I think also that he should have the 5% of stats that he estimated removed from his account. I think that's fair, as he himself estimated that. Probably could go even higher, it would be fine, but I think 5% would be appropriate. I also think that he should become ineligible for YouTube rank for at least a year. I think boosting and cheating and then turning right around and saying that you're a YouTuber that represents Hypixel well and should get YouTube rank, I think that should not happen. As for the actual hackers that Lelitz was boosting with, he named at least 2 of them in his video. I'll throw their names up on the screen here because I forget them right now. But I think both of them should receive the normal hacking ban. 30 days if it's their first offense, 60 days if it's their second, so on and so forth. I also think that they should lose the stats that they gained while they were cheating. I think Lelitz provided a pretty accurate time frame for when they were doing this hacking. So I think it would be pretty easy to figure that out. Also, I would like to see Lelitz make a much stronger apology video. I definitely think, having watched his video, seems like he felt kind of forced to make this apology because he got caught. If he hadn't got caught, I very much doubt he would have made this video. So I definitely feel like the apology is I'm sorry, trying to mitigate the consequences of being caught, not really because he's actually sorry. Even if you look at how he talks about the cheaters, I don't think he ever really says that the cheating was wrong. He's like, yeah, we messed up some people's games, and I'm sorry for that. But he never really says that the cheating is wrong. And I'm not the only person that thinks this either. If you scroll in the comment section of Lelitz's video, a lot of people think the same thing. See my comment there? Pretty cool. But yeah, I think Lelitz definitely needs to make a stronger apology and be more willing to speak out against the hacking and truly apologize for it. I think that we as the community also need to raise awareness for this issue, put pressure both on Hypixel and YouTubers to make sure that it doesn't happen again. This could be really good for bedwars, though. I think if something's done with it to deal with the problems it brought up, it could be really good. Could bring a little freshness to the game. Maybe get some of the old hackers out. And I know there's always gonna be new hackers, and if you ban a hacker, they can just get out an alt. But that doesn't mean that you can't do anything. I think that Watchdog can always be improved. Known hackers can be banned, things like that. Yeah, I think things can be done. To end off, I want to say that I'm not bashing Lelitz or Hypixel or anyone else. I think Hypixel is a great server, and Lelitz is definitely a great creator that I and many others enjoy watching. I think that he should definitely continue to make content and play bedwars. However, I also think that his popularity does not entitle him to be able to cheat without consequences. I think he should get, like I said, the boosting punishment that anyone else would get, 30 days. If this is his first offense, if it's not, it's 60. So whatever the normal Hypixel punishment for that would be, he should get that. And I also think with the YouTube ranking and all the things I just talked about, all that needs to happen too. That being said, I would definitely encourage you guys to go watch Lelitz's video for yourself. See what you think about things. Don't let me inform your opinions and stuff. These are just my thoughts. Yeah. Definitely go watch his video and see what you guys think about it. Anyways, guys, that's an episode of Bed Wars. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole situation. And I'll see you in the next video.